so this is a 2-into-1 catalytic converter, which if you're not in Colorado, you can buy with the Rocky Mountain Westy exhaust kit. But because we're in Colorado, they can't sell it for a VW Vanagon. So even though this is a CARB compliant for like a Chevy Silverado, it's only compliant for a Chevy Silverado, not a van. So they can't sell it with the kit because it's for a Vanagon and not a Chevy Silverado. So what you have to do, buy the exhaust kit without the catalytic converter, all of that, then go buy this California CARB compliant catalytic converter and then put it together yourself. So that's what we're going to be doing. Normally this cat would come welded to that muffler and it'd all be one piece, and so we're going to have to go through, fit up everything, put this on there, make sure it's all going to fit and bolt up with the brackets. We'll do some welding on it then when we know it's in place. We don't want to just weld it out here on the floor because it may not fit correctly if we do it that way. Alright, so this is one of the exhaust hanger brackets. As you can see, I've taken off the 5 bolts on the left side of the van, right side of the Subaru engine. And this will just get bolted up there using the factory bolts. Alright, and then this is the right side of the van, or the left side of the Subaru motor. This is the bracket that goes on that side. So we just put it up with the stock bolts, and we'll tighten those down. All right, these longer bolts were on the passenger side of the engine, Vanagon left. You can see I've got one in there now. So these were pretty long, but coming with the kit, we do have new bolts that are longer. And then over on the Vanagon right side, Subaru left side, we've got new bolts that are longer than the originals, but still shorter than the left side bolts. So it looks like we could have actually moved these Subaru ones over there and not used new black oxide. So we will put in the provided longer black oxide bolts over on the right side of the Subaru engine. And I guess we'll just keep our factory bolts out. And then again on the Subaru left, Vanagon right, we'll use our shorter black oxide bolts to replace the stock bolts. Since these are black oxide and not coated like the Subaru originals, that means they could be prone to rust. So I'm putting some high temp anti-seize on them before I screw them into the aluminum. And hopefully that means I won't ever have any trouble with them.
Okay, so with that bracket there right now, I can't come in from the side with this anymore.
All right. Can't get it up there yet.
I can probably force it and scratch it and stuff, maybe. I don't know, it's pretty tight right there.
All right, we went and we got a 2-inch inside diameter coupler, which was 2 inches, and then it had a little divot to keep you from going too far together, and it had another 2-inch bit, so you could join 2 pipes together. So we got this 2-inch coupler. We split it right here, cut through it, and we cut off the middle bit that was crimped down a little bit. So we have just made a collar that's a 2-inch inside diameter collar, and that fits in there nice. And we have 2 of these, so that one and that one that we made out of one piece. And now what we found is we can take the stock, or not the stock, the aftermarket J-pipe, and fit it down inside there and take up that extra bit of space. So this, because this is just kind of big and loose, it'd be hard to clamp down onto here, we went and we made a little bit of a collar to go fit this in. All right, this is the Rocky Mountain Westy H6 3-liter Subaru exhaust. And because there's very, very few photos that you can find online of it, including their website, and there's no instructions that come with it, Now that I figured it out, I will share some wisdom with you. So, a couple of notes. For those of you that know, this is an oval exhaust port, and what you'll see is actually just a round pipe coming out of it. And the way that they got away with doing this is on this exhaust manifold flange. It's actually tapered at the oval, so the sides of it tapered down. And I guess I don't have a picture of it because it's already installed, but it does actually oval there and then over a short distance taper into that. So that's how they were able to get away with that instead of having a bigger pipe and having to squish it. This is the configuration that you can see. Basically, we route around from the van left, Subaru right engine side. There's our other header coming down. And we have a J pipe that goes up to the upper side of a catalytic converter. And here's our MagnaFlow muffler coming out. And there's our tailpipe. Now, it comes with brackets to hang the exhaust. So here's a bracket that bolts to the timing chain cover. And then here's an L bracket. And then here's another L bracket. And then it comes with provided these sort of clamps. These are interesting because they're a big wide band. They come flat and you got to fold them around, and they'll actually tighten way down and squeeze way down. So that deformation, that little bulge that you see there, that comes entirely from really cranking on these bolts to squeeze them in place. So that was a little different, figuring out that, and it was a little disconcerting if it was actually going to seal. Again, it was just kind of like, hey, here's this stuff, you figure it out, we're not going to give you any directions. So for those of you that are looking, again, it's this L bracket, this L bracket, and then finally the on-engine bracket. Now, there's two of these on-engine brackets, and we'll slide over and take a look at the other one in a second. Because I had to buy my kit in pieces, because I can't buy the complete one because the catalytic converter, I didn't get a clamp here. I have no idea what they intended to be used as a clamp, so I just went and bought this standard U-bolt exhaust type clamp. That seems fine. Moving on. Here is our separately purchased catalytic converter, and we did the thing where we put some sleeves in here because, again, we would have been putting that kind of big wide band style clamp that's on over there. We would have been putting that on here, and you know, with how everything was sitting, I just didn't have confidence that it was going to go over and tighten down and squeeze around enough to seal. We did put one on up here. We've got it pretty tight, but we didn't tighten it so much that it really squeezed around on that one. So they intended for you to use this clamp and that other clamp down there, to use three of them, 1, 2, and 3 down there. And we ended up using a U-bolt clamp here because I think I liked that better. Catalytic converter is the 2-into-1 catalytic converter, and it mates up to the muffler here. This is actually, we did a collar and everything right there. Normally this would just be welded directly to the cat when it comes from Rocky Mountain Westy. Again, can't buy everything together because of the carb stuff, so we had to just buy the parts. Showing you the header over here. So same deal, comes down. Oxygen sensors are kind of pointed forward. I wouldn't mind if they were pointed somewhere else, just with where the wire runs, and then you can see that blue wire, that's the clip that it's supposed to go into. And I don't know, I just wouldn't mind if it pointed a little bit differently, if the bung was welded in a different spot, but it is what it is, so that's just how it's going to be. And while you're down here, you can see this is our thermostat pipe. This is the 4-cylinder one that Rocky Mountain Westy sells, and you can see it fits pretty nicely up in here, and does clear the exhaust and everything. So let's look at this bracket over here. So this is what goes on the timing chain cover. Again, it's not labeled or anything. You kind of got to figure out. It was a big puzzle piece. I mean, this was hours and hours of just trying to figure out how this was supposed to work. and just trying to figure out what fits. And we know now that this bracket will only fit on this side of the engine and the other one will only fit on that side. But you can see we've got another 90-degree bracket, and then this is like just a small kind of angle iron looking bracket. Then here you see this 90-degree bracket looks very, very similar to one of the brackets on the other side, but it is a little different. And you know, you just got to figure out which one's which. They're not labeled, and well, this one only works on this side. And then here's that band clamp, big wide one. Again, it tightens down, and it uses this L bracket up here, this one. It uses, my bolts are sticking down through there, so this clamps the exhaust pipes together, but it also is part of the hanger. So that all works, and there's a fair bit of adjustability in all this to slide different ways, which I guess is all good. Like I said, it's such a puzzle figuring that all out. Alright, so that is the exhaust. That's how it gets installed. Just run it just long enough to get it hot and burn ourselves on it once. You know, we don't have any driving experience with the exhaust, but that is it. Yeah, O2 sensor on this side is better placed, I would say, in terms of where the wire and everything goes. So that's okay. I really ought to come up and get this tucked back into its clip there. But that works. It came with new nuts here, but ultimately I reused the Subaru ones because I like them a little bit better. They're a really nice looking stainless nut, so I just kept the original Subaru hardware. Yep, alright, so that's the exhaust. That's how it's installed. So for anybody else that ever does this and has a bunch of parts that you can't figure out what to do, maybe this video will help you figure out what goes where, and you'll be able to do a little bit quicker than I was. Alrighty, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.